this week has been a bit of a funny one for news, let's say, because there's been some
Was it?
quite big stories, let's say,
That's what she said.
but none of them are really that interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to let's cover this one first because I actually think this is quite funny.
Okay.
So, we all know about Obsidian, and we all know about the deal that
Yes.
they had with Bethesda many years
Yes.
ago in terms of Fallout New Vegas.
Uh-huh.
Now, do you remember who was associated with Obsidian for a fair while as chief creative officer?
Chris Avellone.
That's the one.
Yes,
You
I'm
got him
very
in one.
well aware.
Well,
Yep.
he has been talking, let's say.
Oh, has it? He doesn't hold anything back.
Oh no. So let's just read this story from VGC
Oh, yay!
as
Okay,
is.
I don't know about this. I
So
don't know about this.
Bethesda
This is good.
may not be able to remaster Fallout New Vegas because it lacks the quote engineering know-how to do it without the source code, according to Chris Avellone.
That was his project. That
Avellone.
was his baby.
Oh, how do you pronounce it?
I don't know if it's Avellone or Avellone. I've just always pronounced it Avellone, but I don't.
Avellone baloney. Woo.
Uh,
So Chris Avellone or Avellone, whatever, who co-founded New Vegas developer Obsidian, served as chief creative officer during its development, told YouTube channel MK's Mantis that he didn't think it would be possible for Bethesda to remaster the game from scratch. So, quote, just really simply, I don't think Bethesda has the engineering know-how to remaster New Vegas at all.
They'll use AI.
So Avellone added that he hadn't played last year's remaster of Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion, but said he heard that people enjoyed some of the visuals, but overall it seemed the reception was kind of negative.
Now,
I don't think that's true.
No, I don't think that's true.
No, I think most people were playing. I think most people were playing it and enjoying it and going, actually, this is a whole new level of jank that I quite like because I want to go back and play old jank with new jank.
Yes.
I think that was what I heard.
Yeah. Probably, it sounds right.
So Oblivion Remasters, co-developed by Bethesda and Virtuous, used the Gamebryo engine from the original game as its core while using Unreal 5 to enhance the visuals. TKS Mantis suggests it is currently rumoured a Fallout 3 remaster could potentially use the same method and that people want the same to be done with New Vegas. Well,
hell yeah.
Avellone replied, I mean, just pragmatically, it would make more sense to try out that process with Fallout 3 before going to New Vegas, just to see what all the problems and issues are as a result. And you think, other than that, fundamentally, it wouldn't be an impossibility for them. TK Mantis asked that question. He said, Avellone replied by saying, yeah, for one reason, claiming that Obsidian studio head Fergus Urquhart, or whatever you pronounce, Jesus Christ, get a better name.
Lord Farquaad.
Lord Farquaad. Yeah, he's now going to be known as Lord Farquaad. Chose not to give Bethesda the original game source code after development had ended. That's brilliant.
Okay, I like that level of petty.
Oh, so do I, yeah.
I can get behind that level.
So, quote, the very last milestone for New Vegas was, please deliver all the source code and the ability to make the build and we'll pay you like 10 grand for that milestone. Now, what that milestone really meant was that all the assets are given to Bethesda. That means they could recreate the game at any time. So, for some reasons unknown to me, and I have suspicions, Fergus decided not to cash out that milestone and did not deliver it. He added, it's not a strange decision if you feel, which would not be out of the realms of possibility, that he felt the New Vegas experience cheated him out of X amount of money, in which case cutting off the revenue stream from that product for a time would be a possibility. I could certainly see that, and I'm not saying that's the case. So TK Mantis asked, so Bethesda doesn't have the source code for New Vegas? Avellone replied, they may have aspects of the code, but everyone that I talked to after that period of time said they had no idea how to reassemble it.
That's amazing. And I say this as someone who adores New Vegas. It's one of my favorite games, top 3 for sure.
Yeah.
And it is probably thanks to Chris Avellone.
Yep.
So that level of petty, I like it.
Oh, so do I. And considering that they got absolutely stuffed out of bonuses because of
They
1
did.
point on the
Yep.
Metacritic score. So
That's so messed up.
screw Bethesda. So actually, they're
Yep.
perfectly within their right to go. Well, the IP might be yours, but we made New Vegas, so screw you.
That's
If
right.
you want to remaster it,
Exactly.
you have to come back to us.
You figure it out.
And but the funny thing is, obviously, Avallone's no longer associated with Obsidian, is he? And
No.
we know why, because apparently he got cancelled.
He got canceled, and there it was never proven. It's kind of like Jeremy Souls, who did the music for just all the Elder Scrolls games. He also got canceled, but there was never proof.
Oh, I know.
That
Suspicious.
that I don't care for. Yeah, that I don't care for.
But anyway,
cancel people who deserve it, but there's no proof.
Yep. So yeah, he's no longer associated with them, but obviously Obsidian and Bethesda are now both under the Microsoft banner, so the sharing of assets could be very easy to do so now, and should be. But of course, they're not gonna. Still don't think they're gonna do that, because anyone who's still associated with Obsidian that was there during the time of that project will know how badly they got burned by that.
Exactly. Plus, it's ZeniMax that's the original creators. ZeniMax then kind of merged into Obsidian. But that core group never really. They just effed over everyone who worked on New Vegas. Let's just say it how it is. And because when they released it, they didn't think it was going to be a moneymaker. They didn't care. They were just cashing in on the Fallout. Fallout 3 had done so well. So, 2-3 years later, they release New Vegas. They release it, and it is in typical Bethesda style. It was full of bugs. It was almost unplayable. We're talking about cyberpunk levels of unplayable. I put that thing down so fast. That's what she said. And then roughly for me, it was a year later. I don't know if that was the way for everybody, but for me, it was a year later. They'd fixed it. They corrected it. There was a bunch of updates and new releases and blah, blah, blah. I got the Game of the Year edition, played it, and absolutely loved it. I had loved Fallout 3 because I loved the original Fallouts. And I thought Fallout 3 really just took it to the next, 3D level. New Vegas took it to just that narrative. The narrative was so good. And I still play it about once a year now. And they never got any credit. They didn't get paid for it. They didn't get the bonuses. They didn't get anything. It just... Yes, Mike, F'd in the A.
Yeah, they
100%.
they got really screwed.
They really did. And it's crazy because, and I'm going a little tiny mini alcohol-fueled rant. For the people who like the Fallout TV series, and of course, obviously, I'm one. Everyone's kind of raving. I know you didn't, but I love it. Everyone's raving about how season 2 is the best season. Season 2 is New Vegas. It's New Vegas. They wouldn't have a successful season 2 if they didn't have New Vegas lore to draw from. And still they don't get the credit.
Yeah, but that's the thing, is that it just shows how morally bankrupt that Bethesda really are, that they have to dip into the well of New Vegas even though they never made it. It was like, they wrote a better story than we did, and they still couldn't even get it right in the series.
And you know what's terrible? I love the Obsidian crew that wrote New Vegas. I think it's one of the best well-written games ever. Obsidian stuff afterwards, not including Outer Worlds. I never get that right.
Nobody does.
I don't like it. I don't think it's their best work. You can go check it out. You would see some of those games and you would think, they're not great. Grounded's not narratively great. It's not. But Outer Worlds kind of has that return to the New Vegas feel, but they've never kind of achieved, it's kind of a play on words, their zenith that they achieved with New Vegas. But I still think they deserve credit after all this time. But yes, anyway, enough of my drunk fuel. I almost said drug fueled. I'm not. This is
Lay
not.
off the crack.
That's not. This is brandy. It's a brandy field.
Brandy
Anyway,
laced
Pete.
with heroin. No.
Can you drink heroin? I don't
I
know how
have
heroin
no clue.
works.
I
Yeah,
have
I
no
know.
clue. Can't say I've ever been associated with the stuff or even been anywhere near it. Holy crap.